Action or inaction? Action or inaction? Hello, guys. My name is Tanya, certified yoga instructor, Pilates, wellness facilitator, and yoga therapist. So I found today's class to be so profound. So on my way to teach, I was listening to the lovely Jessica Char in The Heart of Yoga, a book that is mostly talked about, especially when you're completing yoga teacher training. So I'm listening to the audiobook on the way to go teach class, and he talked about vidya and the action or inaction, and the inaction to that can cause the increase of suffering, or it can reduce the suffering. And I found this to be so profound. Have you ever walked into a yoga class and you just notice someone taking the fullest expression of every yoga pose, and then perhaps you look over and you see someone else who's in a space of stillness? Um, and as I was teaching today, I invited everyone to, take the fullest expression if they're needing action. And for the one who don't need the fullest expression, the person that's in that space of inaction, to listen to their thoughts, and to listen to their breath. And the individuals that were in action who needed this movement to take the fullest expression, but to also listen to their body. And what I found so profound is in the middle of class, I wanted to check in with everyone. And the couple that sits in the back, and one person raised their hands and they said, I chose an action. And I asked, what did you notice? And this person said, pain. And the person that needed so much movement and was taking the fullest expression of every asana realized that there was no pain. And I found that to be so profound, because I think about the moments when what I use the reference of, sometimes when we're in the kitchen, right? And when we're in the kitchen, we're doing all this stuff with with the knife, cutting up all the fruits and vegetables, and we don't realize we've nicked our finger. And the reason why we couldn't really focus on that discomfort, the pain, where the knife, may have punctured our skin, is because we're moving around and we're not listening. And so, what I think is, there was almost like they could learn from each other, right? The person that was in action noticed the pain, and the person that was in action, constantly moving, noticed relief, right? And so, there was no pain. And so it really made me just, wow, just hone in. And so these swadhyaya, these self-observances, are so beautiful, right? And it just happened in front of me, and we're in this big room. And so, you know, when we're not still enough, we may miss the discomfort, right? Miss the turning within, the importance of the turning within, that swadhyaya, and to listen, right? And to listen what the body is saying. And sometimes the person that's moving, the person that's moving and the person that's in action, right? The person that's still can possibly experience some sort of relief when they move. Um, uh, and it can be different, right? It can be different in so many ways. Like, I think about myself when I'm constantly moving, and it's been if I'm honest, it's been happening over the weeks. when I'm like, oh, but I put my bag over here. And I'm like, oh, but I put my notebook over there. And, and I'm like, oh, but I'm moving too fast. And it's because I'm not taking the intentional stillness my body is asking for. Ooh. So I ask you, I invite you. Oh, it just gets me so riled up and so excited. I ask and invite you, action or inaction. So as you continue on the rest of this week and into your weekend, action or inaction. Do you need to listen more to the thoughts more, to the body more? And maybe if you're sitting in stillness for so long and the body feels tamasic and heavy and uncomfortable, maybe you've been sitting for too long and maybe you need some relief. Oh, so good. So good. uh, if you enjoyed this mini Dharma discussion, these little daily yoga gems, then I invite you to subscribe for more. To join me on the mat where we elevate your mental health through the therapeutic practices of yoga and Pilates for trauma recovery. I invite you to subscribe and to join me. And if you're a person that has so much to do, well, you can join me on my weekly lives and turn on your notifications. And yeah, you can always see when I go live or we can co-work together. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed. Remember to take care of yourself, live abundantly, love your authenticity, and radiate organic happiness. But most importantly, live a life of loving kindness and no more trauma. Be well. Namaste. Bye.